かなり覚悟を決めている Everyday 終わりなき追い続けた夢にたどり着けずに流した Every night いつか見た空をなくした言葉を探し求めるかなり覚悟を決めている Everyday 終わりなき追い続けた夢にたどり着けずに流した Every night いつか見た空をなくした言葉を探し求める切なに握る手のひら広げてみたら何かをつかめるかも時は波を起こしてエンドレス悲しみも喜びもあのレの手で当たり前なんても脱ぎ捨てた問わぬ刹那も映した夢をこすり続けて流した Every nightたぎるような今際どい明日探し求めるかなり覚悟を決めている Everyday 終わりなき追い続けた夢にたどり着けずに流した Every night いつか見た空をなくした言葉を探し求める
Summer wind caresses my cheeks and head. It warns me of what is to come next. The flower of light, brighter than I could see, it splits the night just like magic. What is left? What do I want in life? Cry out to the sky, whoever's listening. Cry out loud so you hear it. My burning soul flares. From ashes I rise, so hot that it smokes all the words that I spoke. Words lost to the shooting stars. I'll keep marching on to see what's ahead. Foretelling tomorrow as I run through sorrow, embracing all the loneliness that will be. Clouds are drifting by faster than normal light. The heat is only growing stronger, grating and grinding. The color of the glamorous landscape is unchanging. What am I looking for way out here? Fly out of here, I will fly to you. There is no time left to wait. The sadness embracing all the loneliness that will be. I'll shatter the fear to light up the path. I won't misunderstand, cause I know that I can. With all of my heart I give to you. My burning soul flares, from ashes I rise. So hot that it smokes all the words that I spoke. Words lost to the shooting stars. I'll keep forging on to see what's ahead. Foretelling tomorrow as I run through sorrow, embracing all the loneliness that will be.
獣たちの慟哭響き渡り心を撫でる白檀の香りに引き寄せられ迷い込む幾度もさりなんだ傷跡無表情で体を蝕んでゆくそこには喜びもなくてただ苦しみにもだえ生きるだけ灼熱の扉音を立て開くあしらの念も何もかも焼いてしまえならか痛みと闇に包まれた世界悲哀の数だけ燃え盛る炎光は蜃気楼のように儚い人よの夢きらめく切なのがいたせらぐ三途のほとりで伝えたかった感情を葬りゆくなくしてしまった言葉は魂に刻まれているはずさ孤独の前世を切り裂いてあげる記憶も何もかも捨ててしまえガルダ黄金の翼で羽ばたいてく大空に高く舞い上がる火の粉光は自ら放ちゆくもの人よの夢芽生えた灯火抱いての扉音を立て開くあしらの念も何もかも焼いて ぱいで気持ち確かめたくなるの。ララライライライライライライライライずっと休みきって綺麗な月ね。ララライライライライライライライライ何度目かのなんだはいもいいえもまた外れ。ララライライライライライライライ答えはいつだって出たとるわね。美しいそれは満ちた月に並んだあなたの横顔。夢の叶う時までうつつはどうか冷めないで。友さと嘘からでもまことまろみ出る。将来長期乱舞劇場歌えや踊れやんややんや。幻想を照らす光が心狂わせる。頂点級短期幻想騒げやはしゃげやんややんや。感情の星なる色に夜空を染めよう。ラセラセラセラ。
風が奥を撫でて胸騒ぎを告げる。夜に咲く光の花は魔法のように何を求めてるの。かすれ叫ぶ声あなたに届け漏れ上がる魂はむせるほどに熱く揺れて遊らなう流星に失った言葉たち探し続け道を開き走れ孤独すら抱いて。雲がやけに早く流れ耳障りな微熱ざわめいた景色の色はいつものように何を探してるの。ここを飛び出してあなたのもとへ悲しみや喜びはぶつかり合い絆深め遊らなう流星に諦めは終わりだと胸に刻み道を開き進め孤独すら抱いて。 開き走れ孤独すら抱いて
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tengu Cup here in day 5, yes? Day 5 of the Hakugyokurou Kinen, and it's gonna be me for today who will be casting, but don't worry, I'll try my best to keep up the pace of before. So we had a lot of exciting races back in the previous day, right? We had a lot of upsets coming through. Horion taking victories, Crazy Dave taking victories, Torrent taking down the defending champion, as well as a few notable people taking third place here. Notably your team Rugachu, Roy Trigger, and Blue. Of course, random name taking a loss as well, but so far those are more highly rated teams that currently in the danger zone. But before we get to that, so ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome back, and you have a lot to unpack here, as here's the current standings as it is. Tied for first place is between Crazy Dave, Horion, Tsukasa, and Torrent with 10 points each. Then it is tied for 5th place here between Mia, Dardo, Rammer, and Veliona, tied with 7 points each. Then at the very bottom here, 9th place is Blue, random name Rugachu, and Roy Trigger with 5 points each. It's actually quite fascinating how this table has become, and I think after the end of this, it's gonna be shaken up pretty hard due to what the matches we have here today. Again, remember, it is a random selection kind of match, so the rankings don't really matter. But you know what? You can get really unlucky, or you can get really lucky with your placement or who you're gonna match up against. So it's just like you see what the current standings are. But before that, let's take a look at our qualifier teams who, remember, they have made it out of the qualifier in the previous round, and not previous round, previous stage, and so far they have been looking quite good here. Horion and Crazy Day picking up wins against the top of the table, and against Veliona and Dardo putting up solid performances as well here. And unfortunately for Roy Trigger, they did take a loss. We'll see if they can turn their favor soon as we check our schedule. For today, it is going to be Rugachu, Veliona, and Dardo, which I think is going to be a very fascinating race due to the fact that these are the teams that I feel like they want to bounce back, and they have a chance to take an easy win, I will say. Pretty solid chance, especially for Rugachu, who take a 3rd place loss yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. Now looking for a chance to pick up that really crucial win to stay in this race, so maybe sneak her way into the top 3, or at least have a solid, solid standing coming into the 4th and 5th round. Next up is Tsukasa, Rammer, and Mia, which is going to be quite a juggernaut of a race, having really 3 highly seeded teams going up against each other. And of course, Rammer and Tsukasa met each other in March back then, but it went the way of Tsukasa, but still Rammer did win the cup. As well as Mia, bit of history between Tsukasa and Mia in terms of the races. Next up is Blue, random name, and Roy Trigger, 3 teams that have 3rd place finishes Got another redemption match here, and it's gonna be really important. One of these teams have to win it or not, and I think, if I understand correctly, taking a loss here might just guarantee that you're not gonna be able to get top 3. So it's really crucial to win this one for these bottom of the table teams, right? And of course, for the last race here, Torrent, Horion, and Crazy Dave's 2 tournament favorites, I will say, going up against each other, of Horion and Torrent, as well as Crazy Dave looking to challenge the upper echelon to see if he can really take the upsets now, because you may have won last time, but perhaps the competition will not be as easy as before. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a very crucial day today with the competition that we have right now. So let's get ourselves into the first team we're gonna discuss today, and that is going to be Team Ryugugachu, who took a loss last time, and here in third place here, a very brutal result to say the least for Team Ryugugachu from the United States. It's going to be a hard journey, especially for this Agnes Digital, who really struggled, did not have a last spurt in that race that they had. And I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way. You were up against Mia and Horion. It was a struggle, but again, no good showings here for these Umamusume. They're gonna have to put up their weight much more. I mean, especially now against more weaker competition, because if you can't pick up a weight now, it's going to spell disaster for the rest of this cup, and it's not really what you want to be in. You'll be, looking to build yourself back up in a format where the races can be really unforgiving. So if you can't win now, your chance of winning later will slimmer down. So currently Ogre Cap 6, their best performance here is Ogre Cap with 6th place, Space Chaser. Not really type of performance you really want. But yeah, that's it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to unpack here for Team Ryugugachu, so they're gonna have to really buckle down and push themselves into a winning position. Next up here, of course, from the Philippines, it is one of our underdog teams, Veliona, coming through here, and it's been an interesting journey here for Veliona's team, making it all the way from the qualifiers as mentioned before. And I mean, so far it has been a similar story to the qualifiers. Gold Chip putting up numbers for this team, taking 2nd place in that last round here. Of course, it's an enclosure Gold Chip, not a late searcher, but yeah, 2nd place against a really strong opponent of Blue, who was looking so poised to claim that spot, but Gold Chip from the back able to secure that 2nd place, able to put this team in a much more favorable light. And now in a situation where if they can take down a team like that, and they can take down Ryugugachu and Dardo in this race, it could be very good coming up into this team. Remember, Veliona, they did make it to the playoffs last time. Sure, they did falter, but that, this team has been slowly but surely progressing as the days have been, as the cups have been rolling, and looking for a much stronger finish here. Veliona can get a lucky break in this one. Of course, Captain Dober didn't really have a solid race in the previous one, in the previous race that they had, previous round. But Saiyan Sky, I think one thing Saiyan Sky is, she's not exactly here to dominate these races. She's here to really give a support to the team, take that first position, and make sure that no one can have a super dominant position as upcoming into that early, mid, and late race, right? So she's kind of doing her job. She's not getting the high placings here, but as long as she can get that positioning, it's all that really matters for Saiyan Sky. Next up here, of course, is our newcomer Dardo with her with the Chiona O, Kita-san Black, and Vodka, who had a very good showing in the race last time, having a third place finish. A second place finish as an overall team, and a third place finish here for Vodka. But Kita-san Black and Chion'o had really solid performances as well. Chion'o, of course, the bottom of this team, but Kita-san Black held that first place spot in that race against Press Tsukasa and Roy Trigger so well, and I think that's the kind of ace you want to have in this race, especially against Seiyu and Sky from Team Brilliona. They're gonna be fighting for the first place spot very, very intensely, so do keep an eye out for that. For so, Chion'o and Vodka looking to carry the flag for this team. Say matchup against opponents and hopefully could give them their first win in this stage. Of course, that is a lot to ask for, and it could be a heartbreaking result for these three teams. I remember, because this is winnable, there is still going to be a loser and a winner, and of course a silver medalist coming up soon. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into the race very shortly. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. Quite exciting. A lot on the line
8番
here.
アグネスデジタル9番人気です
And I mean,
ちょっと
it
厳
makes
しいメン
sense,
バーです
right?
が健闘を期
We have we have a lot to expect from these Umamusume, of course. In this stage, having to, of course, not just represent your country, but also represent your position from the previous cups, especially here for Team Hakugyokurou, made it to the semifinals twice already in history. Of course, would have wanted for a much better results in the past, but now put in a very unfamiliar situation, and they, hold on and not crumble under the pressure. So Umamusume now enter the paddock here, our Tokyo race course. Number 1 favorite is Captain Valiona, and it is the Vodka here of James. The number 9 favorite is the Agnes Digital. That is, I've never seen that before. The number 9 favorite be the middle one. I mean, of course, it is the first slot you place. That's usually who is the number 9 favorite. And oh, not a good start for the late surgers here. And off to the races we go. It is Kita-san Black now taking the first position over Seiyu and Sky. Crucial here for Team James, as now we get on through the rest of them. Chion'o in third, then it is the El Condor Pasa in fourth. Now fifth is the Agnes Digital, with then Vodka, then the Ogre Cap, and then at the back here is this Gold Ship, who is slowly passing through as we enter the mid-race now. Kita-san Black still holding on to the first place very, very solidly. I don't think Seiyu and Sky is going to be able to challenge this one. As we get the victory cheer for the Kita-san Black. That is going to be very crucial now coming up to this last spurt. As look at that, the lead is slowly growing here for Kita-san Black, but look at the Eldor Condorpasa at the back, slowly gaining footing here as she tries to push on here for Team Hakugyokurou. Can she make the breakthrough? And that looks to be the case if Kita-san Black's not able to keep this up. El Condor looking to challenge Kita-san Black. It's such a tight race. I'm not sure who's in the front at the moment. Can they secure it? Kita-san Black, she's still holding on. El Condor Pasa, can she take it? Oh my gosh, I think Kita-san Black did it. Kita-san Black, she held on so long there, taking first place from start to finish. We're gonna see the results very soon. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we've just gotten ourselves another upset. And there it is, Kita-san Black taking first place in this race. What an amazing performance here from Kita-san Black, holding on to such a strong position for so long. And that's very impressive. That is very impressive showing here. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let me just take a look at the results. So yeah, at the moment here, 9th place is Agnes Digital. 8th place goes to Captain Dober again. 7th place goes to Saiyan Sky. 6th place goes to Chiana All. 5th place goes to Ogre Cap. 4th place goes to Gold Ship. 3rd place goes to Vodka. 2nd place goes to El Pasa, who really took it to Kita-san Black, but in the end, it is Rikita-san Black Ace here for Team Dardo to secure the win in this derby, or I guess I should say this Kinen. Yeah, wow, congratulations here for Dardo taking his very first win in the main stage here. And for Hakugyokurou getting a 2nd place, so not the end of the world, but certainly not the result you would have wanted here. And for Valiona, a crushing defeat. What has happened to this team? Taking such a bad loss now. And it seemed like they were poised to be, poised to have a really solid chance here, but just not able to, break through at the end there. And yeah, wow, congratulations to Dardo to taking very first win here in this cup. And for the rest of the teams, going to have to lick their wounds as they come up against their next races. For Valiona, brutal result. It's not really what you want, right? That is quite possibly the worst scenario you could hope for these teams. With that out of the way, Jay and Dardo will have 17 points now, ladies and gentlemen. For Team Valiona, 12 points, and for Hakugyokurou, I think we'll have 12 points as well, so currently tied together between the two of them. But yeah, it's going to be quite a shaky day today for some of our teams. Unfortunately for the Umas of Valiona, did not have a good day. But for Hakugyokurou, at least a 2nd place, that is a start. But one thing's for certain though, it is not going to be an easy road here for these Umamusume. The question is, who is going to win in the upcoming races here? So looking at the schedule now, it is Tsukasa, Rammer, and Mia, and we're gonna have quite a slobber knocker coming up here, ladies and gents. So let's see our next upcoming teams here. So let's get our upcoming teams, starting off with the number 2 seed of the cup, Tsukasa, with a win, of course, in the previous round here, thanks to the helm of Naruto Taishin and Naruto Brian, the captain here of Ogre Cap. 9th place, that is so unprecedented. We've never seen that before, considering the fact that the worst placings that Ogre Cap has ever had have been I think the 3rd place finish against one of the teams last time. Oh no, 2nd place finish, I believe. Yeah, it was a 2nd place finish against one of the previous teams last time. So now looking at the situation here, Ogre Cap with his encloser strategy, I'm not too sure if they want to keep with this, but keeping this up for this next round here. We're going to see if it was just a fluke, or maybe it was just the nerves here for Ogre Cap. But for Naruto Taishin, looking strong so far in this cup, and it has been very impressive for so far here for the two Narutos, right? So hopefully to keep that momentum up, because they're gonna need it up against much more stronger competition. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to see a roster move here, a substitution for Rammer, and this is something I've never seen before. 2 substitutions just coming through here for one team, and it is going to be Gold City and Silent Suzuka moving onto the bench. Taiki Shuttle and King Halo substituting, not as ace, but well, moving in for the team here, and this is going to be a very interesting development now, ladies and gentlemen. Taiki Shuttle, strong miler, of course, and we have seen so many Taiki Shuttles in this race so far. And a King Halo, we talked about the King Halo's torch being snuffed out in the qualifier very quickly, but now King Halo back on the team, of course a different King Halo for Team Rammer. And what can we say for this team? And it's going to be a very unknown factor now, Team Rammer. Of course, they did take a loss previously in their race against so apologies chat, against Crazy Dave, right? They took a loss against Crazy Dave, a second place for the Ace Haru Urara. So I understandingly, I suppose Rammer did look at the results and it was like, okay, we're gonna need to substitute some Umamusume. And coming in here, Taiki Shuttle, and not Barozensky, I will explain that later on, but it is the King Halo now substituting in. And not sure what to think, not sure what to see. Of course, this Haru Urara been quite strong already, did put up a one hell of a fight against the Grass Wonder, but the gap wasn't favorable for the Haru Urara. So now upcoming into this like very terrifying competition now. We'll see if that will be a similar case here for Rammer and Co. So ladies and gentlemen, let me just organize the teams here for, and yeah, just give me a moment here to fix up the teams. But yeah, what a fascinating scenario here. I wonder how this will affect the rest of the races. But yeah, so ladies and gents, of course we have our one other team here, not to forget. It is going to be Mia team, the team from Thailand here. And it has been a pretty solid journey so far for them. Second place, of course, not exactly, they could have wanted for more. But a second place against Horion, not exactly a bad result here. Taiki Shuttle really fought hard in that race. Smart Falcon and Silent Suzuka, it's a very fascinating, right? This is a team with 2 frontrunners basically. And I'm very concerned coming into the next series, but Taiki Shuttle showing up very big. So if these 2 frontrunners can really support their ace later on, it's going to be very crucial, right? It's going to be very important as we get on to the race here. Smart Falcon and Silent Suzuka, it's a very interesting scenario where Silent Suzuka occupies the first slot very dominantly, and the Smart Falcon kind of just plays body block, while the Taiki Shuttle, moves up slowly from the pace chaser line. So again, a very interesting strategy. It's worked out pretty well against Orion, and now up against super strong competition. It is going to be fascinating how this will go for the rest of the team here, ladies and gents, as we get ourselves into the next race. And I do find it very interesting how what kind of development we're gonna get out of these teams. And I think when it comes to my analysis, I think the eyes are on this Ogre Cap, as well as the 2 substitutions from Rammer. seemingly running a very strong triple ace core now. As well as, of course, the double front runner and base chaser strategy here for Mia. 3 Southeast Asians now on this race. Number 1 favorite is the Silent Suzuka. Number 2 is the Taiki Shadow here for Hammer. And then number 7 is this Oguri Cap at the end closer strategy. Let's see if it pays off this time.